welcome to your next class. We are in Tumby Bay in South Australia this morning, so I've made you as jealous as possible with this beautiful view of the sea behind me. Let's get this show on the road. I've got some people joining us today. You can't see them, but so if I'm looking off to the side, that'll be why. Alright, so just make sure you can see me clearly. Just start by rolling shoulders. It's always nice to have a bit of wildlife noise in the background there. Alright, we're going to take a breath in, bring the arms up, and breathe out, take it down. So it's just setting you up for the day, just setting you up for your class as well. Get your breathing going, feel how your body's moving. We want to keep the shoulders as relaxed as we can, keep the arms relaxed as well. Alright, and once more, up and back down, good. Alright, let the chin just drop down to the chest, and then I just want you to slowly roll yourself down, just hanging. Let the arms hang, let the head hang. Go as far as you feel comfortable, don't force anything, and then scoop your tummy back towards your spine and roll back up to the top. So each one should get just a little bit easier. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, chin to the chest, arch the back, let the arms hang, just relax, feel heavy through the upper body. Breathe in, and then we're going to scoop the tummy back as you breathe out, slowly roll back up. Now don't stress if you're not breathing the way I say to breathe, okay? Just breathe. Take your feet a little wider. Take your right arm up and over, just waking up the body. And then over to the other side. Good, and come back to the center. All right. We're going to take our feet so that they're about shoulder distance apart. I want to do a little bit of work through the lower back and the hip and butt area in this class today, so that's what I decided last night. We're going to take a deep squat and then come back up. Just let the arms do whatever feels comfortable, okay? Mine float like this, okay? We don't want any tension through the upper body, and if you do start to feel it through your knees, make sure that you don't go too deep. That's it. So it's like you're about to sit on a chair. It's good for you when you've been sitting in the car for a while. Alright, we'll do a couple more, and I'm going to get you to actually hold the next one. Alright, so arms are just relaxed. We just do some little pulses here, just really small, so you're not putting too much pressure into those knees. And then you're going to hold again, turn the palms to face inwards. We're going to take the arms up as close to the head as you can, and then lower them all the way back down, and we're going to lift them again all the way up. So you can feel your chest opening when you do that. So you're sort of trying to set that posture through the upper body. We'll do one more of these, lifting the arms, lowering back down, and then standing up, and you can give your legs a little shake if you need to. So we'll take our stance a little bit wider, turn the feet out. I want you to try and imagine you're between two panes of glass, so we've got to sort of gently, don't suck it back so you can't breathe, just gently draw back and give your butt a little squeeze as you come down. So again, if it hurts the knees, don't go too deep. Make your stance nice and wide, that'll also help as well. And just think about knees have got to pull out over the toes. That's it. Good. And we do 5 and 4 and 3. Sun's coming out. And hold. Okay. All right, from here, I want you to lift your right heel and then tap it down. 5, 4, 3, 2. You can feel those inner thighs working. To other foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. From here, if you can, hold that position. Take your hands to your ears. Little squeeze of the waist. And then over to the other side. Squeeze the waist. And again, one more to each side. And last one. Good. Come back to the center, and you're allowed to come up now. Good. Bring those legs in, give them a shake. So you should have felt the inner thighs starting to work there. Good. All right. So I'm not going to do a lot standing because it is, well, for me it's a little hard. I'm on an angle here. But we're just going to try and do a little bit of balance stuff, but also, like I said, working in through those hips. So we're just going to take the right leg out to the side, My right leg's always my left, just so you know, don't get too confused. It's the men that it confuses the most generally. I'm generalising, but all right, so if you can balance, you can lift the foot just a little bit and then just bring it straight back in. So we're just going out and in, out and in. Leave it on the floor if you lose your balance. Good, and one more. And we'll change to the other leg. Take it out and bring it in. So what you can feel is the butt working, especially on that supporting leg side. That's it. And you might also notice one side's better at it than the other. Good. And bring it in. All right, so we're going to take the right leg out to the side and you're just going to lift it and tap that toe to the floor. So just a little lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then bring it in, change to the other side. Make sure you pull right up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just to really test your balance, I'm going to get you to take your leg back behind you and use this muscle here to lift. So you're pushing up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it in. Change to the other leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll just do that once more. You should be able to feel the back of the leg working there. If it's hurting your back at all, make sure that you don't lift as high. And changing legs. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And give it a shake. Cool. All right. So if you want a drink, grab yourself a drink. I know the people at the other end of the camera like to have a drink about now. They get cranky at me if I don't give them drink breaks. I did that when I first started on the online, and that it was like I just keep going. Yeah. And then they go, you need to give us a drink break every now and then. So there's your drink break. All right, so I want you to stand at the end of your mat. Feet are roughly hip distance apart. So when I say hip distance, you've got to think about where your hip bones are. And I like to say if you dig in behind COVID, you can find them, but I'm from Victoria, so we have more COVID to dig behind, I think. And then you've got an imaginary line running down the centre of your legs. That's hip distance, okay? So ladies, it's not all the way out here. All right, drop your chin down to your chest. You're going to roll yourself down till you're hanging upside down. I just want you to relax those arms here. Then you're going to bend your knees just enough so that you can reach the ground, the floor, either on flat hands or on fists. Your bum's nice and high in the sky, and you're going to slowly walk yourself forward. Now, if you need to come down onto your knees at any point, then do so. Okay, and you're going to come right forward, and we're going to go into a plank. So there's a few options for a plank, and I want you to make sure it's the right one for you. You can start up here, stay on your hands and your feet if that's comfortable. You can come down to your knees if you like. That's a little bit easier. If it's hurting your wrists at all, just come down onto your elbows. I usually do a plank down here on my knees and my elbows. Okay. But you want to feel the tummy muscles working as you hold this. Yes, you can feel the upper body, but you should definitely not feel anything in your lower back at all. So if you do feel it in your lower back, then you can just lift those hips a little higher, make the movement just a little easier. The hardest plank you can do is the one that you see all the time on YouTube, and that's the one up here on your feet. It's a lot of pressure in your back. You do not need to do it. Feel the difference there? Right, so you just want to make sure it's the right one for you, and you should feel the tummy muscles engaging. If your back starts to get sore, just lift those hips a little bit higher or stop altogether. We'll hold it for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so I'm going to push myself back into child's pose, stretch out those arms nice and long, and then we're going to release. So I did say butts, so we need to get them working, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down onto my tummy to start with. So have your hands underneath your forehead and your chin tucked towards your chest. I've got my hat with the peak in the way, so it makes it a little bit harder for me to get down. But you want to be able to lengthen out the back of your neck and keep yourself nice and long. Alright, so we're going to lengthen the legs until they start to lift away from the floor, and then lower them back down. So you might not get a big lift, and if it hurts your back at all, I want you to do one leg at a time. So one leg is a lot lighter on your lower back. We do want to feel the butt working, tightening a little bit here. Doesn't mean it's going to start hurting too much, no burning just at this point. Just make sure that that lower back is not getting sore. And we'll do 5 and 4, keeping the legs nice and long, and 3. If you are doing one leg at a time, make sure you are even. Here's the last one. You can feel the back of the legs working as well as you do that. We're going to lengthen just one leg now, and you're going to take it out to the edge of your mat, keeping it nice and long and just off the floor, and then bring it back behind you. And we're just going to go out and in 5 times. Out and in. 3 and 2 and 1. Good, and bring it down. So we're going to change to the other leg, make that leg really long, then take the leg out to the edge of the mat, then bring it back underneath you, and out and in for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Good, we're going to do that again. First leg, take it out and 1, keeping it nice and long, so we're working right into those hips, getting that movement into the hips. 2 more, if I'm counting correctly, and changing legs, and 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Good. All right, we're just going to slip the elbows under the shoulders and just squeeze that lower back for a moment, and then we're going to go back down to that back side again. Good. So you're also getting that movement through your hips. It's not just about your butt. All right, coming back down into position, chin tucked. So we want to keep the back of the neck nice and long. We're going to lengthen those legs. Now, if you can do both legs, go for it. And we're going to do like a little swimmer kick for about the count of 5. And then you're going to lower down. You can do this with one leg at a time. Just slow the pulsing down if you're doing it one leg at a time, because we don't want that lower back hurting at all. So we lengthen and we pulse like we're swimming for about the count of 5, and then lower the legs down. You can feel the back of the legs starting to work a lot more now as well. The butt should be getting a little bit tighter too. It's all connected. And we're going to do this once more. Again, if you're doing one leg at a time, make sure you're even. Got something crawling up my arm. And relax. All right, give your legs a really good shake here. All right, you guys out there feeling okay? Good. Yeah, cool. Your backs are okay? Yep, cool. All right, we'll give the back a little squeeze again, as it can get a little bit stiff being in this position for a while. Good. We're going to slip the hands underneath the shoulders. Draw the belly button back. I want you to squeeze your bum, and I want you to push yourself up, if you can, into that plank again. Now, if you feel it in your back, it probably means you've left your hips too low. Just lift your hips a little bit. Good, and then we're going to stretch back into child's pose. It might feel a little stiff through that lower back just because you've been down on your tummy for a while. Good. All right, so we're going to come up onto all fours. If you're not suited for all fours, you're going to go back down onto your tummy. No, you're not. If you're not going to be on all fours, you're going to stand. You're going to stand. So use a wall or something out there to make sure you don't fall over, and follow the leg movements in a standing position. You guys are all okay down here on the ground? Awesome. So we're going on all fours. We want to make sure our knees are underneath our hips, our wrists underneath our shoulders roughly. So you squared yourself up with the floor there, the ground. All right, shoulders are back. Again, we're just working through the legs. So we're going to do what's called a hydrant. So you're going to keep your knee bent and slip it out to the side, not too far, and then bring it in. And I think you can work out why it's called a hydrant. Okay, in and out, that's it. Good, in and out. Keep the knee bent and right beside that hip line. And then if you were counting, you might say we've got 5 more to get to 10. If you're not counting, who knows? 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to change it to the other leg. So for those that are standing on the other side of my camera, you can do exactly the same movement here. That leg, don't let it move out too far because we don't want to twist through the whole body. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Anyone not feel that in their butt? All right. So you can just loosen up your wrists if you need to, and if you're standing, you're going to stay where you are because we've got another one on all fours. All right, let's come back out there. I've got these tiny little bugs all over my mat here. All right, find that squared up position, and this time you're going to stretch the leg out behind you, not too high. You do not need to be a gymnast or a ballerina when you're doing Pilates, no matter what YouTube tells you. Okay, from here you're going to take that leg and we're going to bring it right in underneath us and push it out, right in under us and push it out. And each time you push it out, I want you to feel like the leg is getting longer, not higher. Okay, so stretching it out. And we're going to do one more, and we're going to hold it nice and long. I'm going to get you to bend your knee, so you're trying to bring that foot up towards the sky, and then you're going to push from the front of your leg, pushing that foot to the ceiling, to the sky. Try not to twist too much. One more, and then bring it all back in. Okay, so we're going to do the other leg now. So we lengthen the leg out, we bring it in under us, push it back out for 5 and 4. Keep that belly button just gently drawing back there. 3, 2, and on the last one we hold it nice and long. We take the foot upwards as we bend the knee, and then we try and push that heel or the toes up towards the sky for 5, and then we bring it back in, and you can go back into child's pose, release that lower back, and then you can stretch out those wrists again as well as we let the truck come in. Take a moment, let him do his thing. If you want another drink, grab a drink. We're having a drink break because there's a big bin truck here to pick up garbage. You guys are okay out here? Feeling all right? Backs are all okay? That's my main concern. Cramping. Try not to point your toe too much because that can cause that sometimes. But yeah, we lose a lot of flexibility through our feet, so they can cramp quite easily. We just let the bin man do his thing, and then we'll keep going. There's always something when you're working in the wild. Like I was saying to someone yesterday, I've had spiders making webs in front of the camera. I've had like hornets flying around. The other day I had flies just constantly in my face. So I take any other part of my body but not my face. Ants crawling and biting, mosquitoes biting. So I'm getting pretty used to it now. It entertains this lot at the other end of the camera. They all like, oh, I love you, love your class. Shame about the mosquitoes or whatever. All right, he's nearly done and we can get a move on. There's a spot right here for you. Take Matt with you. Alright, what I'm going to get you to do is have a seat. Rest time is over. Have a seat. So we want to bend our knees. Okay, that's going to take a lot of pressure out of your lower back there if you've got your knees bent. If you do start to feel it in your lower back at all, please make sure that you stop. You might even feel it in the hips, so stop if you need to. Alright, so we're sitting with our feet and knees roughly hip distance apart. I'll turn this way. The camera can see me and so can you guys, yeah? Alright, So from here you can have your hands just resting underneath your legs if you like, or make it harder, take your arms out in front of you, and you're just going to sort of try and work through the pelvis. And that's tricky, especially if you're a bit stiff in that area. You're going to find it really hard to sort of get that pelvic tilt there. This is one that you can do in the car when you're traveling from place to place. Okay, little tuck. So what we're doing here is we're activating those lower back muscles, trying to switch them on, because they're the ones that really do ache a lot, but they're only little, so they've got a lot to do. Make sure that the belly button is gently drawing back. You didn't get very far in your run.
Well, I'll be told off if I don't leave my keys.
All right, so we're a little bit looser there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to progress it, and if you find that it's too much on your hips, then you're just going to go back to what we just did then, but make it a little bit deeper. Okay, I'm going to try and lift my right leg at the same time. So just a small lift, and then I'm going to sit up tall. And you'll feel that work through the hip, but you also feel that through the leg muscle there. Okay, like I said, we're going to be working through the hips and the butt here. That also includes that lower back area. And we'll do one more. And we're going to change to the other leg. Little lift and a tuck as you do it, and then sit as tall as you can. So think about what your back is doing. We want to push to the sky, then we want to tuck down, and then we're going to push to the sky, and then we're going to tuck down. And we'll do it once more on this side. And we'll sit up. We'll take our legs nice and wide, and you can just hang forward and relax your back. Stretch out a little. And then bring it back in. All right, so from here, and I'm going to turn this way now because of the hill that I'm on, you're going to roll down onto your back. All right, so we're lying on our back. We've got our hands down by our side, our knees are bent. Feet and knees are roughly hip distance apart. We're going to take the right leg up into what's called tabletop, so that's the knee directly above the hip, and then we're going to take the left leg up to join it, and you're going to feel that those tummy muscles are working a lot harder now to keep your back nice and steady. If you find that this is too much, you can roll up your mat. You guys have got towels, so I would suggest maybe bringing your knees just a little closer to your chest if you need to. Okay, so from here we're going to keep the knee bent, and we're going to tap that right foot to the floor, and then bring it back up again. And we're going to do the right leg again and bring it back up. So you're just doing a little knee tap, toe tap I should say, keeping the knee bent the whole time. That's it, good. And we do one more, and we do 5 on the other leg now. 5. You can feel the leg movement, leg muscles working. 3, 2, 1, and then from there we'll bring the knees in. So know how your body is moving. We want to keep that lower back gently sinking into the floor. I say sinking so that you don't suck it down real hard and make all your back muscles tight. We want to keep the back muscles as relaxed as possible. Let's take the legs back up. This time, if you want to add the tummy as well, you can bring your chin into your chest and curl up. You can support your neck if you want to as well in this position. And we're going to do that again. 5 on the right leg. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. One more and 5. And then we change legs. 5 and 4. Tummy is sinking into the floor the whole time. And 2 and 1. And then we'll bring the knees in and the head back down onto the ground. Just hug those knees right in so you get a good stretch in your lower back. If your legs are getting tired and tight, or your hips, you can stretch those legs out and give them a shake, because we're going to come back up into that position. All right. So once you're ready, we're bringing those legs back into that tabletop. Now we're going to take your right leg this time, and we're just going to take it out to the side, a bit like our hydrant movement we did on all fours earlier. Take the leg out to the side and in. The trick here is to keep your hips anchored into the floor, so we don't want to be rocking through that lower body. Okay, so if you do start to feel it through your back, or you feel that you are rocking, then I want you to make your movement smaller. Change legs now. Take that knee out and back in, and out and back in. Yeah, you can feel those legs working. Oh, I forgot to take my shoes off. Oh well. Thinking, why do my legs feel so heavy? One more. I think that's 5. Bring your knees in. Good. So if we make the movement too big, the hips are going to rock from side to side, and we want to keep ourselves as balanced as possible. Again, think like when you were on all fours, you didn't want to twist in the hips. So let's go back up, do that one, and if you want to add that curl position to get the tummy muscles working harder, you can do. All right, we do 5 on the right leg out to the side. 1 and 2 and 3. Keep that tummy sinking, and 4, and we'll do one more. And then we'll change to the other leg for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2, 1. And again, we bring those knees right into the chest, hug them in. Then you can take your legs down to the floor, stretch them out, give them a shake if you need to. And then we're going to bend the knees with the feet on the floor again. Hands are down by your side. We're going to move into our bridge. So you're going to let the tummy sink down towards the floor. You're going to squeeze your bottom. You'll get a little pelvic tilt. You're going to start to lift those hips up towards the sky as high as you can. Breathe in when you get to the top there. And then as you breathe out, I want you to slowly try and roll your back onto the floor. So we're going to breathe in at the bottom. Then as we breathe out, we're going to slowly roll up, squeeze the bum, push the spine down into the floor. So you're rolling up, lifting one vertebrae at a time till you get nice and high. Make sure you use that butt here to support your back, because there should be no pain or discomfort in your back at all when you're doing this. So again, we roll up. Deep breath out all the way to the top, and this time you're going to hold it. All right, I want you to try and keep squeezing your bum. You're going to start to lower it towards the floor, and then you're going to push it back up to the sky again, opening up those hips. Start to lower it down and push. So you've got to keep that butt working the whole time, and that is where you're going to feel it in your butt. One more push, and now roll yourself back down to the floor. All right, anyone not feel that in their butt there? Good, we'll do it again then. Let's roll up. Well, let's find it. Let's lower the hips and squeeze and push. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. You just got to keep on going until you can feel it, okay? And roll up again. I hate these ones. Everyone knows I hate these ones. But we're going to do it again anyway. Squeeze and push. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Your butt does have an important job. It's not just about looks. It is there to support your back as well. All right, let's do that once more. I may have said that already, but we're doing it again. Squeeze and lift. Drop and push. 2, it's getting harder to keep that squeeze on, so you got to really think about it. We want to lift and open up those hips, and then roll back down onto the floor. Is that why I can feel it so much? Because I've got enough butt to share around. Shake it out. All right. Okay, we are going to go back down there. Once you've loosened up that butt, we're going to roll onto our side. Now, that last exercise in particular was more about the top and the back of the backside. This is going to be a lot more through the side. Okay, so we're going to lie ourselves all the way down. I want you to come all the way down, okay, so that your head is resting down. At the moment I've got my bottom leg bent, and that's just for balance. I'm going to stretch that top leg away and keep the tailbone tucked under. So that's trying to keep that center area nice and steady. Then we're going to lift the foot just a little and tap. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, keep going. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. We're going to keep that leg really long here, and we're going to circle it forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Don't mind me, guys. I'm just taking some photos of Simone. You guys won't.
I was actually going to say there's some weirdo here to take photos. What are you doing? I'll charge you for those. All right. Okay, so with the leg bent, that just adds a little bit of support and balance. If you want to make this one harder, we're going to do that again, but we're going to stretch out both legs. It is going to be harder to balance with both legs straight, okay? So you've got to really focus on keeping that bum squeezed and that pelvic tilt just a little bit. And we lift and tap. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and then we're going to circle forward for 5, 4. We're trying to make round circles as well, that's the tricky part, and backwards, and 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Now, anyone not feeling that in the top here? Let's do it on the other side. So lie yourself all the way down. Start with that bottom leg bent, head resting on your arm. So you've got that other hand that's not doing anything. That can just sit in front of your rib cage as balance, okay? We take that top leg up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we hold it at roughly hip height and we circle forward, and 2, 3, 4, 5 and backwards, trying to keep that pelvis steady the whole time. Good, and take it down. Alright, here we stretch out both legs, making it a little bit harder. Keep that tailbone tucked under, that belly button gently back. You should be able to breathe, okay? Don't overthink it. Top leg up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Good. Take the leg to about hip height, circle forward, and 2, keep yourself steady. 4 and 5, backwards now, tailbone under. 2, 3, 4 and 5. Good. Okay, you can roll onto your back and hug your knees. If you need to give that butt a rub, then do so. Hug it in. Good. I'm going to stay in this position. Hopefully you can all see me well enough. Alright, I'm going to get you to hold on to that right leg here, and I'm going to get you to stretch that leg out and up. Not too low. The lower you take it, the harder you work. But if you can feel your back starting to lift away from the floor, then you need to come back up higher. Okay. From here, we're going to change legs. Draw the other one in towards you, and I want you to pull it towards you, just as much as your flexibility in your hips will allow. And change again, so you don't have to be too forceful. Keep changing. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And we're going to bring both of those legs up into that tabletop position from earlier. Now you're going to turn your palms of your hands to face each other like you're clapping. Your thumbs will be pointed to the sky. You're going to slip those hands between your knees. So far, so good. The back of your hands should be resting on the inside of your knees. You're going to use those arms to gently push those legs out into a V position. Now I'm just going to get you to have a look and make sure your feet have followed. We don't want to leave the feet together. And then you're going to use those inner thigh muscles to squeeze those legs back together. So we're going to breathe out and push the legs into a V. Breathe in and hold. You're going to breathe out, push the legs back together. Now your thumb should be pointed to the sky. The reason for that is because if you turn your arms around, your hands around, your arms are too strong for your legs, and you can cause straining through the groin and inner thigh, and you don't want that. Okay, so we've got the thumbs pointed to the sky. We use the back of the hands, in and out, tummy sinking into the floor. And let's do 2 more, pushing it out and back in. This is also a really good one for those pelvic floors. Helps to lift everything. And we'll bring the knees back in again. Hug it in. All right. If you want to work the tummy a bit more, we're going to bring the chin into the chest. We're going to hold on to that left knee like before and stretch out that right leg. And then we're going to change legs, and you're going to see if you can do it in a curled position, but if it hurts your neck, you're just going to let your head rest on the floor. So we're changing legs, pulling that knee gently towards the chest, and then we're going to count for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest the head back down. Good. If you need to give those legs a rest and shake them out, then do that. And then, just for fun, we're going to roll onto our side again. All right. All the way down. Rest the head. Okay, we're going to bend the knees forward. So the knees are out in front of you. And if you can see, and I know it's a little bit hard, if you lift your feet, they're roughly in line with your back. Okay, so that's our position there. All right, so we'll leave the feet on the floor to start with. I want you to try and get that pelvic tilt. So you're trying to pull the belly button back and tuck the bum under a little bit. That's going to activate those butt muscles. And then we're going to take the knee up and close it down. This is called a clam, and down. It's probably about the only one I call by its name. Up and down, up. And we're going to do 5. We don't want that hip rocking backwards, so just try and keep it as steady as you can. If it hurts your back at all, make your movement smaller. I lost count, so this is 1. Good. Okay, so what we do now is we lift the leg. Something climbing up my arm again. Your knee and your foot should be roughly in line with the hip. Okay, so we're not lifting too high. Again, you don't need to be a ballerina or a gymnast. Just a small lift and then drop it all back down. Push up and down, up and down, up and down, and up. Once more, up and down. Good. Let's do that on the other side. So knees are bent. They are forward of the body. Your feet are roughly in line with your spine. Tuck that bum under, so you want to feel like you're not trying to stick your bum out behind you, okay? So you can overthink it a little bit on this one, that's okay. And then we take that top knee up, keeping the feet together for 10, 9, 8, 7, and it might feel different on this side to the other side. So again, just work with your limitations on each side. Keeping those hips stacked on top of each other. Did anyone count? Because I don't know at all. What did you say? That's the last one? All right, we'll go with it. Okay, lift that leg with the foot as well. So it's just about hip height, that's it. And then drop it down, up and down, up and down, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. And once again, roll onto your back, bring those knees into your chest, give your butt a rub. Good. Okay, we're going to take feet to the floor. I'm just going to get a little bit of tummy stuff done before my alarm goes off. I'm going to get you to link your fingers, support your neck. It's important when you do curls that you're supporting your neck, not yanking on your head as well, okay? So from here, we're going to bring our right knee in towards the chest, and we're going to bring the left elbow across the body towards it. And then from there, you're going to stretch the leg out and take your head back. Then you're going to bring that knee in, cross the body, and then stretch it out. Now we don't want that heel touching the floor, so that foot, that as you stretch it out, should be off the floor. The higher it is, the easier it is on your back. Okay, bring it in and push it away. We're going to do 5 more. And pull it in, 1, and push it out. And bring it in and push it out. Bring it in. And you're going to do 2 more. Bring it in. And last one, in. Good. We're going to take that foot down to the floor. We're going to change legs. So the left knee comes into the chest, the right elbow across the body. So you're twisting, and then you're going to push it out. Bring it in and twist, and then push it out. Bring it in and twist, and push it out. That's it. And in and twist, and push it out. Don't let that foot touch the floor. And 5 more. And 1. And 2, tummy muscles starting to switch on and say g'day. 5. And another 5. All right. Okay, so we're going to do that one again. If you want to stay with it like that, you can. If you want to make it harder, you're going to do it from tabletop. You are still going to only pull one knee in and push it out with each movement, okay? Support the neck, and we bring the right knee in and pull towards it, twisting, and then push it out. Just watch how low that leg goes when you stretch it out now, because it is going to be harder on the back. Pushing out, in, and out, in, and out, in, and out. 5 more if you can. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Anyone not feel the tummy at all? Do we need to go harder? Let's change legs. Across. Good morning. 1, 2, 3. I can't leave you with no tummy stuff at all. 4. 5 more is all it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, don't collapse. I know you want to, but don't. Stretch it out. No collapsing. That's one of my big rules. No collapsing. Alright, let's bend those knees. Let's go back to those bridges. We're going to do a pelvic tilt. You're going to squeeze that bum. You're going to lift those hips nice and high, and then you're just going to roll straight back down. Try and get that butt activating. Roll the spine off the floor. Lift the hips nice and high. Take a deep breath in. 1 long breath out as you roll back down. Let's do 2 more of those. Roll it up. And then roll it back down. And you got 1 more. And up. And back down. Good, all right, shake it out. Shake it out. I'm not sure I trust my alarm, so I'm just going to check my clock. 30 seconds. It's all good. Okay, so just from the ground where you are, stay where you are, I want you to pop your hands behind your knees, and you're going to sort of give yourself a rock. Try and lift your bum. Bring your chin into your chest and see if you can get yourself all the way up. You have to find your inner 10-year-old. And then see if you can balance. Yeah, so if it's a bit uncomfortable underneath your, there's the alarm. If it's a little bit uncomfortable underneath the towels, then you don't have to do that. But if you're feeling comfortable enough on this ground, we can roll back to the shoulders and then all the way back up again. And then the trick is to get control of it using your tummy and your core and see if you can balance each time you come up. You might get 1 or 2 to work. That's it. Good. Couple more. Last one. Good balance there. Can you hold it? Don't roll down the hill. Belly button is back. Okay, I want you to relax your shoulders. I want you to relax your arms a little bit. If you can, I want you to let go. Keeping the arms and shoulders relaxed, that's the trick. Shoulders usually want to help. Let's keep them relaxed. Alright, take your legs down, good job. Alright, I'm going to turn that alarm off and then we can have a stretch. Okay. Take your legs out in front. Sit up as tall as you can. Push the chest forward. You do not need to get your nose on your knees. Okay? Just let your head drop. The main aim is to get a stretch in the back of the legs, and you might be able to feel it through the lower back a little bit as well. That's it. So just let yourself hang. You're going to draw the belly button back. You're going to sit up as tall as you can. Try and lengthen out that spine. I'm going to get you to reach for your toes. Draw the belly button back and sit up again. And again, push forward, reach for your toes. And then sit up. Now if we breathe with it, we're going to breathe out as we go forward. Hopefully that'll get you a little further each time. Breathe out through the mouth, in through the nose and sit up. Breathe out and in, and we'll do that once more. Breathe out and in. Good. Take the legs wide. All right. You'll like this. So I'm falling backwards. Tumble, backwards tumbles. All the way into the sea. All right, push forward. Feel those inner thighs stretching. It's everyone's favourite stretch. Let your head hang. Take a deep breath in. When you breathe out, I want you to feel each muscle from your hips all the way up your spine, right into your neck, through the shoulders, just relax. So breathing in again and breathe out. Let everything relax. Now while you're hanging upside down like this, I want you to take yourself over your right leg. So it's going to change the stretch in your lower back. It's going to make the stretch in the right leg more intense than the left. And then while you're hanging upside down, you're going to roll through the middle and over to the other leg. Feel it change the stretch through your lower back again. Then you're going to come back to the center and sit up. Good. All right, you can support your back if you need to. Give it all a shake. So because we've done some butt and hip stuff, we're going to stretch the outside of the hips now. So I want you to take your right leg across your body and pull that foot back just as far as you can, okay? Then with the opposite arms, you're going to hug that knee into your chest. That's it. So try and sit up as you do that. You can feel that stretch already coming into that hip. I want you to turn towards that bent leg. So we're also just sort of twisting through the spine as well. Now because we're twisting into the spine, when you come back around to the front, make sure you move slowly. Keep yourself sitting tall, and then we'll change legs. Other leg over, pull it back as far as you can. Hug it in with the opposite arm, sit up tall. Feel that stretch through the hip and turn. So if you get sciatic pain ever, this is a good one, just in time, the rain's coming. This is a good one to help release. Slowly back around to the front. All right, we're coming up onto our knees. For you guys that don't go on your knees, make sure you come up into your lunge position standing. We're going to take a right foot forward, and I want you to try and square yourself up. Now if you have trouble getting your foot forward, that's fine. You can maybe use the ground or something else. Walk your feet forward using your toes, because we want to have that ankle underneath the knee. That's it. All right, and this is another good one, especially if you get tight through the lower back and the hips. It's a great for strengthening the pelvic floor, and it is also great for loosening up those hips. So you're going to try and tuck your bum under. So you can think about that, or you can think about pushing the pubic bone forward. And you're going to feel a stretch in the front of that back leg, opening up that hip. Can we feel that? Got it? Woo! Alright, let's change legs before the rain really hits. And we tuck on the other side. Good, and release. Okay, so I'm going to come into a crouch position. If your knees don't allow you to be down this low, that's okay. You just find a point. You can have your bum up in the air, that's okay. You're going to relax your neck so that your chin is on your chest. You're going to push the bum all the way to the ceiling, to the sky, so that you're hanging upside down. You do not have to have completely straight legs at this point. You're going to scoop the tummy back and slowly unroll. Try and keep your arms relaxed. No, I'm throwing lots of things at you there. That's it, good. And standing tall. All right, we're just going to stretch out that upper body and then we're done. Bring your arms forward, palms face down, and take one arm up, one down, and just gently push them back. And then through to the other side, pushing back. Bring it to the center, palms face each other. We open out and squeeze and release. And again, we squeeze and we release. Take the arms down. We're going to take the right arm up and over. Give the side a stretch as well. And then over to the other side. Good. I'm going to give you one more stretch for those hips and those butts. So just take your feet a little bit further. I want you to make a pistol grip. So bring your hands together and just drop a couple of fingers down. Guys always find this a lot easier than girls. Alright, take your arms above your head, shoulders are relaxed. You're going to push your hip over to the side. And then you're just going to lean away. Now I want you to keep your balance and you're going to feel a stretch in the side of that hip. Just go as far as you until you can feel it and then hold. Then pull the hip in, push the other side. Lean away, that's it, just a little stretch there and pull the hip back in and you can bring your arms down. Good, alright. Give your legs a little shake if you need to. Alright, drop your chin down to your chest, relax your neck. Take your chin up to the sky, close your eyes to the rain and look forward. Turn and look over your right shoulder, all the way around to the other side. Come back to the center, let the ear drop down, over to the other side, and back up. And then we're going to breathe in, bring the arms up. This is the last bit. Breathe out, hands to the ears. You're going to breathe in, lift your shoulders nice and high, and then you're going to breathe out and let them drop all the way down. Just gently take those elbows back and release. So once more, breathe it in and out. Shoulders lift and lower, elbows back. And if you can remember it, this is a good one for migraines and neck tightness. But there you go, there's your posture. You're ready for the day. So are you guys. Enjoy. Have a great day, great week. And remember, let me know what you want to do for your focus classes. If you've got any ideas, just shoot them to me in a text. Let me know how you got on with your class as well. And I'll speak to you guys soon. How'd you guys feel?